The first thing people noticed about her was not her beauty nor the expensive car she drove, but the loneliness that followed her like a silent shadow even in broad daylight. On a clear morning filled with the sound of traffic and sunlight bouncing off glass buildings, Aria Whitmore stood at a red signal in the heart of the city, gripping the steering wheel of her luxury sedan while feeling completely empty inside. She had everything money could buy, yet there was a hollow space in her chest that no mansion, no inheritance, and no social status had ever managed to fill. Before we go deeper into this emotional journey, take a moment to pause. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and love finding its way in the most unexpected places, please like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who believes in hope, and subscribe to our channel Kindness Touch. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Aria Whitmore was the sole heiress of the Whitmore Group, a name respected and feared in equal measure. Her days were spent in boardrooms flooded with daylight, her nights in silent penthouses overlooking the city skyline. She had grown up surrounded by privilege but starved of warmth. Her mother had passed away when she was young, and her father, a powerful businessman, had replaced affection with discipline and expectations. Love, to Aria, had always felt like a transaction or a weakness, something people pretended to feel to gain access to her world. That same morning, fate intervened in the most ordinary way. As she accelerated after the signal turned green, her car sputtered and came to an abrupt stop on the side of a sunlit street. Horns blared behind her, and frustration tightened her chest. For the first time in years, Aria felt helpless in public, stripped of control. She stepped out of the car, shielding her eyes from the bright sun, her designer heels touching oil-stained asphalt. That was when she noticed the small auto repair shop across the street. The paint on its sign was faded, the letters uneven, but the open doors revealed movement and life. Inside, sunlight filtered through dusty windows, illuminating a man bent over an engine, sleeves rolled up, hands stained with grease. His name was Noah Carter, though Aria did not know that yet. He was a single father, a mechanic by trade, and a man who had learned to carry responsibility like a second skin. Noah's life revolved around routine. Mornings began with packing lunch for his 8-year-old son, Eli, making sure his homework was done, and dropping him at school before opening the shop. His wife had passed away years ago after a sudden illness, leaving him to raise their child alone. Grief had hardened him, but it had also softened him in ways he never expected. Every bolt he tightened, every engine he repaired under the open daylight was done with the quiet hope of building a stable life for his son. When Aria walked into the shop, her presence felt out of place, like a silk ribbon in a toolbox. Noah noticed immediately, not because of her wealth, but because of the way she looked around, unsure, vulnerable, and clearly unused to asking for help. He listened carefully as she explained her problem, his expression calm and focused. There was no awe in his eyes, no recognition of her last name, just professionalism and patience. As Noah worked on the car under the bright afternoon light, Aria sat on a worn bench, watching him and the simple rhythm of the shop. There was something grounding about the smell of oil and metal, the sound of tools clinking, and the steady hum of effort. For the first time in years she felt present. When he explained the issue and quoted a price that was more than fair, she felt a strange mix of relief and curiosity. Over the next few weeks, Aria found reasons to return. Sometimes it was for minor checkups her car did not need, sometimes it was simply to sit in the daylight-filled shop and escape her sterile world. She learned about Noah's life through observation, noticing the small photo of a smiling boy taped near the counter, the way Noah checked his phone at certain hours, and the tired strength in his posture. Noah, in turn, began to notice her too. He noticed how her guarded expressions softened when she watched him work, how she dressed elegantly yet seemed uncomfortable with attention, and how she lingered as if searching for something she could not name. He did not know about her wealth, and she never told him. Around him, she was just Arya, not an heiress, not a headline. Their connection grew quietly, shaped by shared silences and daylight conversations about ordinary things. Arya found herself opening up about the pressure of expectations, the loneliness of being surrounded by people who wanted something from her. Noah listened without judgment, understanding loneliness in his own way. He spoke of Eli, of the fear of failing as a parent, of the exhaustion that came with doing everything alone. In those moments, they saw each other not as opposites, but as two people carrying invisible burdens. But reality has a way of intruding. One afternoon, a black luxury car pulled up outside the shop, and Arya's father stepped out, his presence commanding even in the open sun. He had finally traced her frequent disappearances. His eyes took in the surroundings with thinly veiled disdain, the grease-stained floors, the modest shop, and Noah standing beside Arya. The confrontation that followed left scars. Her father made it clear that this world was beneath her, that Noah was a distraction, a liability. He reminded her of her responsibilities, the company, the legacy. Though Noah did not hear every word, he saw the pain on Arya's face, the way her shoulders tensed, and something inside him withdrew. That night, under the soft glow of streetlights and lingering daylight, he made the decision to step back. He believed she deserved a life without struggle, without a mechanics. Limitations. Arya felt the distance immediately. The shop felt colder, the conversation shorter. She tried to bridge the gap, but Noah's walls were up, built from fear and selflessness. He believed letting her go was an act of love. Arya returned to her world, but it felt emptier than ever. Boardrooms felt suffocating, daylight felt harsh, and every success felt meaningless. Weeks passed, and the strain began to show in Noah's life as well. Eli sensed his father's sadness, and the shop felt quieter. Noah questioned his choice daily, wondering if protecting Arya meant losing the one person who had seen him beyond his circumstances. The turning point came on a bright afternoon when Eli's school organized a community event. Arya attended quietly, standing among parents and children, her presence unnoticed. She watched Noah laughing with his son, the sunlight catching their faces, and something inside her broke open. She realized love was not about perfection or protection, but about choosing each other despite fear. She stepped forward, not as an heiress, not as a daughter bound by legacy, but as a woman who knew what her heart wanted. She made it clear, in the simplest way, that she was willing to walk her own path, to define success on her terms, and that love was not something she was willing to abandon again. Noah saw then that his fear had underestimated her strength. He saw that love did not require equal status, only equal commitment. Under the open sky and warm daylight, they chose honesty over fear. Life did not become a fairy tale overnight. Arya faced resistance from her family, and Noah faced doubts about fitting into her world. But they built something real, piece by piece. Arya began to invest her skills and resources into uplifting small businesses, including Noah's shop, not as charity but as partnership. Noah remained grounded, teaching Eli the value of kindness and resilience. Their love grew not in luxury halls, but in everyday moments filled with sunlight, laughter, and shared purpose. Arya learned that love was not something to search for in perfection, but something to recognize in authenticity. Noah learned that he was worthy of being chosen, not despite his life, but because of it. As the story comes to a close, take a moment to reflect. If this journey of love, struggle, and second chances touched your heart, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to Kindness Touch. Your engagement helps spread stories that remind us all of the power of kindness. Special request, please comment, "Love finds a way" if this story moved you emotionally. Because sometimes the richest love is not found in wealth, but in the courage to open your heart in the light of day.